Hey guys, how's it going? Robert Warshak here. We're going to be taking a look at some budget token Druid. Really fun deck to play, very diverse. There's a lot of different plays you can make, and overall, just one of my favorites of the budget decks. For those of you unfamiliar with our deck overviews, we're going to go ahead. I'm going to talk about all the cards in the deck, why they're in there. From there, we're going to head into some games. You're going to see the deck in action, and then hopefully you guys can replicate that on ladder. So with that, Acorn Bear, 1 mana. 2/1 Death Rattle, add 2/1/1 squirrels to your hand. Any card in a token deck, which means just a bunch of small minions that flood the board, and then you buff them or give them like a 1-turn buff to kill your opponent is very, very good. So you basically play 1 minion and you get 2 more out of the deal, and it only costs you 1 mana. It's insane. Argent Squire, just a 1 mana 1/1 Divine Shield minion. Really hard to get rid of in the early stage of the game. If, like, for example, you're playing against Mage, which is the most popular class at the moment, they have to use 2 of their fireballs or 2 hero powers to kill a 1 mana card. So they use 4 mana to kill your 1 mana card. So as you can see why that's good. Mecharoo follows the same sort. Death Rattle, summon a 1/1. Joey bot. So instead of having Divine Shield, it just resummons itself, basically. Super good. Dreamway Guardians, again, we spend 2 mana, we generate 2 minions, and they have, 2 HP each, which means they're semi-hard to kill, and they have lifesteal, which is pretty nice, because if we give them a buff, we're playing against maybe a hunter or a more aggressive style class, these guys can save us from dying just because of the lifesteal in them, and the fact that they do have a decent amount of health. You're only paying 2 mana, and you get 2 1/2s. It's pretty good. Power of the Wild, this is one of the cards in the deck that buffs all of the other minions, which is really important. So you can either choose to make a 3/2 Panther, which is normally not what you do, but unfortunately, if you don't draw into a 1 or 2 drop and this is all you got, summoning a 3/2 is better than nothing. Don't think you always have to do the +1/+1, but normally the +1/+1 is what you would aim to do, and you put that on a board of like 3+ minions, and you start doing some work. Bees! One of my new favorite cards, 3 mana, choose a minion, summon 4 1/1 bees that attack it. So you can use this on your opponent's minion. For example, your opponent plays, an animal companion, they get Misha. You can use bees, all the bees will attack into Misha, Misha will die. But if for example, your opponent's creature only has, like, for example, 1 HP, and you bees it, only 1 bee will trade in, and then you have 3 1/1 bees left over. So as a token deck, that's really, really nice. And also in some of the games, you'll actually see me bees my own guy, so I get an extra 2 1/1s on the board. Not the greatest play in the world, but just basically keeping the pressure up and making as many tokens or small minions as possible is key. Blessing of the Ancients, one of my favorites in the deck. 3 mana twin spell, give your minions +1/+1. So it's basically Power of the Wild. It costs 1 more, but it has twin spell. So this card's really, really powerful at buffing. At least, in my opinion, when I use buffs, I would rather hit 3+ minions, sometimes 2 minions if we have to, but ideally you definitely want to hit 3+ minions, and Blessing of the Ancients allows you to just keep playing the +1/+1, which is really good. Microtech Controller. If we're playing Microtech Controller, it means we got to play Sea Giants, and this is one of the more expensive of the budget decks we have, because we do have 2 Sea Giants and 2 Whispering Woods, which is 2 epics in the deck with 4 in total. But Microtech Controller synergizes really well with what the deck's trying to do with Savage Roar and Soul of the Forest and Power of the Wild, but it also functions really well with Sea Giant. Savage Roar. Got to play 2 of these guys, give your characters +2 attack this turn. This is how you burn out a lot of your, or win against a lot of your opponents. You've got 4 or 5 minions on the board, maybe more. You Savage Roar, adds an extra 10 to 15 damage. We smoothing with this card, all right? Snip Snap, again, legendary. Rob, you're insane. You play 4 epics and a legendary. Snip Snap, everybody should have gotten for free. I know I've mentioned that in videos before, but if this is the first one of mine that you're watching, this is the first time you're hearing it. Snip Snap you should have gotten this card legendary for free. You shouldn't have to craft it. If you do, I'm very sorry that you did not log in during Snip Snap's time. But this is really, really powerful card. One of the best neutral legendaries in the deck, along with Ziliax, which I will be making a best legendary video soon. But yeah, guy's insane. Gotta play Snip Snap, and if you haven't already, you gotta craft the card. Explore. I couldn't find a way to fit 2 of these guys in the deck, but this is a really good card. If you want to, you could probably get out or take out the Argent Squire, add in another Explore. But I just found that making sure we get on the board early with 1-drops is more important than, playing minions later on in the game, when if your opponent already has the board, he's not a comeback mechanic. So one of these guys is fine. It's 1 minion that summons 2 more. Again, solid. Soul of the Forest, one of our best kind of stay on the boards, very similar to Soul of the Murloc if you watched our budget Murloc video. Giving your minions Death Rattle, summon a 2/2 Treant. Really, really, really good. They clear the board. You have another board to rise up and then buff that, or, add another Soul of the Forest the following turn. Again, with this being a common, we got to play this card, and it's insane. Swipe. It's been around forever. 4 mana, deal 4 damage to an enemy minion, 1 to everything else. Really good against Aggro deck's very good against mid-range decks, and it's good if you're playing control because it can go face. Whispering Woods. Normally, if you're playing against an aggressive style deck, you can play this just on turn 4, but if you're playing against maybe a control warrior, you save Whispering Woods in conjunction with your Soul of the Forest for a turn 8 play. So it, you know, they clear Whispering Woods and then the treants come up. So depending on who you're playing against, you play Whispering Woods different, but we have to have this card in the deck. I know it's an epic, and I normally don't like having like more than 2 epics in our budget decks, but Token is one of those exceptions where Whispering Woods is too good not to have, and Sea Giants are too good not to have, just because the power level of the cards. Plus Sea Giant, like I mentioned in our top 5 video, he's part of the basic set. He works really well in a lot of different aggressive style decks and other decks in general. In every expansion, he sees play in at least 1 or 2 of those decks, and those decks normally are pretty good. So if you don't have Sea Giant, he's a pretty safe craft, and he's not really going anywhere. Forest Aid, 8 mana, only a rare, and twin spell, summon 5 2/2 treants. This is your late game oomph after you've, you know, hopefully you've won, but if you haven't won, all of your resources are exhausted. You draw this guy, you play it, you get 5 2/2s, your opponent clears it, you play it again because it has twin spell, you get 5 more 2/2s, and hopefully you're able to win, because by then, if your opponent's cleared all of the stuff before this, it's really hard for decks to be able to keep clearing just wide boards over and over and over again. They have, you know, warriors only have 2 brawls, and I guess they do have warpaths too, so that's 4 large scale removals, but this deck has many more boards than just 4 actually built into it. So with that, let's head into the games, and hopefully you enjoy, guys.
I don't know if I would do Arena if you're super new. Probably not. I don't recommend Arena for super new players. I do not recommend Arena for super new players. They'll get dumpstered. I recommend just playing the game casually. Just do casual. There's no reason to rush into this game. Hearthstone is a very casual game. You do your quests, like, the best way to honestly get a collection is you do your quests every day. You play casual. You just learn the game, and then you move from there, right? Because, like, let's say, like, you're brand new to the game and you drop $50 to $100, and that gets you 1 tier 1 deck. You don't even know how to play that deck. Like, you have no idea what the hell that deck does. So, like, it doesn't even do you well anyway. So your best bet is to just take it easy, play the game casually for a month or 2, do all your quests, get some gold. Dude, this guy with his secrets. My friends say. I'm kind of scared to play the Whispering because of Unleashed Doggos. Like, the Doggos would fuck me up. I'm going for it. If he doesn't fuck me up with Doggos, though, we definitely do really well. God darn it. Fuck me. Maybe he goes face. Alright, he's not going face. I can't catch a break. How long have we been streaming? 3 hours? I may take like a couple hour break. Because I am still sick. And my friends say.
What shall we hunt?
So that's probably a snake. Oh, no, a rat. I'll just do this. I'm scared of rat. Until I have a bigger board, I can't really deal with it. Yeah, on the next L, I'm gonna go eat, take like a couple hour break, edit up today's stuff, and then I'll be back on later tonight. I just don't want to overdo it.
This be our neck of the woods.
Alright, let's see if it's rat. Indeed it is.
Got one.
Do I kill the 5/3? No.
One.
I take the value trade. Hey Rebs, the method I've used to get over colds is drinking whiskey. Well, if Tony was down to hang out, I was gonna maybe go to Tony's tonight because I haven't seen him once since I got out. He's offered to hang out like every day since I've been back, but I haven't felt well enough. This guy's playing out of his mind.
Nuts to you.
So I'm assuming that's another rat trap because he played that like almost instantly before. What's gonna be bad is if he plays Vol'jin, so I have to try to like finish this out. You know what I mean? I gotta try to like clean this up. I guess first things first, I can make double trade and then try to go face and see if that's a. Well, before I make trades, I should probably play the Sea Giant. We'll play the Sea Giant now. Make trade. Make trade. Make trade. Make trade. Go face. Explosive. Okay. So now we can do this. This.
What shall we hunt?
I really didn't want to play that, but that's fine. I'm gonna do this. So now he has to have another unleash, and he's one turn off the Zul'jin, which means if I rip a Savage Roar, I think we should be fine. Like we've got 2 Power of the Wilds, which is good, 1 Blessing of Ancients, and 2 Savage Roars, and 1 Soul of the Force. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 good cards. 6 cards out of 18. Pretty high on the list of being good. Another secret. We've only seen 1 explosive out of this guy. There's a swipe.
Got one. Got one.
I know this looks really weird, but I want to clear these off. Go face. If it's explosive, then or misdirection. Wow, that's really good. All right, so then I play the forest. All right, so now I hope he doesn't top deck Zul'jin. Easiest way is to spend money or just do daily quests. Yeah, definitely. All right, so now he's top decking. Good for us. Alright, we win next turn as long as he doesn't top deck the Zul'jin. Hey! We win! Little late for Savage Roar, but whatever, it works. Yay! Oh, the old YouTube channel. Oh, yeah. Long time ago. Long time. Yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We put back Soul of the Forest to get a Soul of the Forest? That seems kind of shenanigan-y.
The light protects me.
You grew a whole beard. Yeah, we might have done some of that. There might have been some beard growing. All right, so I see play a one. I play a squirrel. Yeah, I see play a squirrel, coin, blessing, face. We try against mages. We try to kill them as fast as possible. Next turn, we play another squirrel, and then we play Blessing of the Ancients. Oh, well, we know this is a hot plate, right? So this is what we do. We do this, and then we attack face. I always call it a hot plate. It's a flame ward. Jeez. Every time. If he plays Luna, I'm actually happy if he decides he wants to play a Pocket Galaxy here. That's fine. Whatever. I don't know what's better. A Soul of the Forest is probably just better. Hot plate is someone making pancakes. It's the hot plate's the hunter card, not the mage card. You would top deck a 2-drop into. All right, cool, we win. See, like I said, be aggressive. Be aggressive. It's like the same card. Bees. Yo, somebody dropped a sub. Yo, the doc. Tier 1 for 23 months. Hello. Oh, we'll wait till the little bot reads it, then I'll read it. Hello, almost at that good 24 months, which would be 2 years. Glad you're back. I'm off to Europe in less than 2 weeks. I can't wait. Dude, Europe was such a good time. You'll have a blast, man. You will have a blast. All right. Please don't be. Should I play around explosive now? Oh my gosh, it's not explosive. I think I want to play around doggos. I could play the micro, but I want to play around doggos. What's considered budget? Normally under 3K increase, Carl. The reason, like, so normally this wouldn't meet the budget requirement, but because Snip Snap is free, I'd take Snip Snap off the price of the deck. Like, Snip Snap was a free legendary that everybody should gotten, so I don't count him towards Dust Count. So there's 4 epics in this deck: Whispering Woods and Sea Giants. It will all float on, okay.
Got one. I fight. Got one. Next to you.
So I think this deck, man, why do they always have to have the doggos? This deck, without the Snip Snap. Hopefully I can draw a buff and I can punish this guy. Ah, yes, punishments. I love punishments. Wait, I could have just swiped face. Oh, I did swipe face. Derp. This deck is 4280. 4280 minus 16. It's 26. 2680 for this deck. I don't know why he didn't. You always trade against Token on the back foot. You trade. He wasn't like, if we were both pushing lethal, that would have been fine. But our deck has too many buffs. Like, we've got like, you know what I mean? We have Savage Roars, we have Blessing of the Ancients, we've got Power of the Wild, we have Swipes, we have Soul of the Forest. You have to be insane not to trade against Token Druid. You have to be out of your mind, which that guy clearly was. That guy was crazy. Two acorn bears. I'm gonna play the golden one.
The hour neck of the woods.
So far, we're like 3-0. Since the first L, which was not my fault. Never my fault. Oh my god. What do you think is better? 2 1-drops or the 2-drop? For curve purposes, probably just the 2-drop. Because these guys can mingle in laters. I need the most. Miss you when I was young. Couldn't get. What is that? Earthshock? That's not cool. The reason I bees the 1 is because now I have lots of guys out. So next turn, then I can go like Acorn Bear into Blessing. So the only card he could possibly have to clear board right now is the 2 mana Elemental that does 1 to everything, or Lightning Storm. But this deck doesn't run Lightning Storm, so he has to have the 2 mana 1. Maybe I should have killed this guy. But if he had an evolve, he would have used it like a mutate. So I'm assuming he doesn't have mutate. Or he would have obviously used the mutate.
You belong to the barn now.
Bog washer. So he costs 7. Next turn it'll be 4. Yeah, so it makes sense to do this.
Hour neck of the woods.
Alright, we win.
Engaging PC mental dislocator.
In my opinion, this card should have Taunt. If this card had Taunt, he'd be really, really good. Yeah, brother. All right, cool. Warrior. All right. So it's gonna be a tough one, boys. It's gonna be a tough one.
Class is in session.
This guy's name's Wasabi. I'm so glad I'm feeling better today. Like, I was just waiting for the day that we felt good enough to stream again. Because yesterday I didn't get to stream at all. Like, it sucked so much. I wanted to stream so bad. Because I was away for a week and a half. And then I was sick for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then now Sunday. And I'm so glad today we started feeling better. So hopefully tomorrow we'll be at least 75%. Today we're at like 50%. When we streamed on Thursday, I was like at 15%. Like, I was misplaying all over the place. And I would forget what I was gonna do. Half the turns I'd like end my turn with like not playing cards. it was rough out there in the streets. I'm thinking that I want to go like Mekaru into Power of the Wild into Soul of the Forest. As long as he doesn't have a Warpath, we should be fine. Like, as long as he doesn't Warpath this turn exactly, the Soul of the Forest will carry us for the rest of the game. Especially if we go Soul of the Forest into, like, Savage Roar. Fuck, he's got the Warpath. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. Can I get a Warshak Blessing climbing and just hit rank 2? And I'm trying, my man. Best of luck, legit. You don't want my RNG, though. Yeah, we lose this game. Control Warrior, I think, runs the floor with this deck, especially that Warpath. Like I said, if he didn't get that Warpath down, we get to Soul the Forest, and we bring it home. But this will be the one loss in our deck guide, and it's notable that like Control Warrior would be the one to do it, because Control Warrior preys on all decks that aren't Mage and Rogue. Even Rogue it does alright against, but this Warrior deck gets shit on by the Mage, and the Mage is the most popular deck on ladder, so.
This be our neck.
Aloof Neladar.
Not over yet, though. We still have the forest, so.
Aloof Neladar.
My plan is to swipe whatever he plays this turn and then forest on the following turn. And I'm trying to keep the squirrels in my hand because if I draw Whispering Woods, I want to be able to Whispering Woods Soul the Forest.
No tomb can hold me.
Good.
Aloof Neladar.
No tomb can hold me.
The good news is if he Warpaths again, that's super good for me. Because then he'll only have Brawl left, and Brawl doesn't clear off Whispering Woods Soul the Forest.
Light the fuses.
Bringing it back. Drawing another Forest Aids is really big, but Whispering Woods is better. And if he doesn't do anything this upcoming turn, I'm just going to go Blessings, Blessings, Forest. Actually, no, I don't want to do that.
Save the best for last.
Damn, this guy's shit is annoying.
Aloof Neladar.
We have so much burst, but the problem is he's just going to be able to keep clearing every turn until I can get stuff to stick, and that's how the Whispering Woods is what gets us to get it to stick, because Whispering Woods Soul the Forest.
All charged up. Light the fuses.
Come on. I should have put a squirrel in between them. It wouldn't have mattered, I guess, because he could still make a Devastator. He might Warpath here. If he Warpaths here, I can win. He's not Warpathing? Okay. How much damage is this? 5, so it's 5, 6, 2, 12, 24, 29. Damn. If he wouldn't have killed that minion, we would have it. So let me make sure. Lethal? Yeah, it's close enough. You say lethal, I'm going for it. I don't trust myself. It is lethal. Oh, because I forgot to count the minion's attack. We did it. For some reason, yeah, I counted, so I had 5 minions, right? Plus face. So Savage Aura, if it's 2, then, you know, it would be 12, and then 12 times 2 is 24. And then I counted the Blessing, which was plus 5, so I got 29. But I forgot to count the 1 attack minions. So it was 29 plus 5, which would have been 34. I forgot to add the actual attack of the minion in there, because I do Savage Aura base damage first, and then I always forget to add it back. Wow. This Token Druid deck is on like a rampage. But I was gonna do 3 wins in a row or 4 wins in a row. Or do 3 wins. I normally like doing 3 wins and 1 loss, but the deck hasn't lost, and I don't want the deck guide being 40 minutes long. So I guess the deck guide will just be 4 wins in a row. Like, there's nothing I can do if the deck just keeps winning.